And then now they send messages into the chat like capital S 1 2 or something, or 3 2 or 2 3, and it's crazy. Or #2 because I'm typing shift 3 to set the score and stuff like that. Alright guys, let us introduce our final player here from Imaginary Game, and it is down to him to bring this back. He has taken down players such as Hydra so far this season in the SC2 ITL. He can perhaps still make this happen for Imaginary Gaming. To the southeast corner, a blue Zerg player from Imaginary Gaming, it is TargA. And to the top right side we have from mYinsanity the red Zerg player, Sacsri. Alright, so we'll see how this is going to go as drones continue to pop out here of this hatchery. We've got a drone coming down to the low ground from Sacsri. Going to be putting itself into a hatchery now, and it's going to be a hatch first from both players on either side of the map, so nothing too crazy to get us started. Just let me open this up. Cool. So, bit of delay drama. As it's actually gonna pop down his gas, and TargA also with the gas over here. Both players mining the gas. Similar openings from both players. Here to start. Are we really gonna have to pause this game to get Revolver out for that play? He will set up delay. Alright, so hopefully that will be the end of it. Hopefully, and hopefully we can just continue to cast here without issue. As we have some Zergling speed on the way, and TargA with that coming up. Sacsri yet to start his Zergling speed right now, 130 gas mined, and just leaving one work on there, so still not starting that. Could put down his bin and nest momentarily if you would like to, as these drones coming down to the low ground. What's this drone doing? That was weird. Sacsri is still saving up gas, and TargA has a Baneling nest coming down. He's been known to play Ling Bling Wars here before, in the Team League. He's played that against Hydra. And these couple of Lings are going to trade here a little bit, as TargA just going to trade off these Lings. Looks as though our stream issue is set and fixed. There's a lot of Lings on the way from TargA, so let's focus on this game right now. 18 Lings on the way. Sacsri is not doing anything. Sacsri's not doing anything at all. As, is this chat really going to keep going? As these two queens come in. As these Zerglings coming forwards, and they're going to try and break this wall. This is a big moment in this game. As these Zerglings going to try and break through these queens. The Spine Crawler behind her, and this wall is pretty tight right now from Sacsri. For Transfuse coming in as well. Looks as though TargA is going to have a little bit of trouble trying to break through this. As more Lings coming across the map, so TargA going to continue trying to break this here, but this wall still stands strong. There's 4 Banelings available. Is he going to be able to bust through these queens? Maybe with the Banelings coming in, he can go on the queens. I don't think it's the best choice, though. He's going to just try and break through here with the Zerglings trying to bust through at this point, but Roach is on the way for Sacsri as well, and this just isn't working for TargA. And back at home, he is starting to drone up behind us. He breaks through with a few of these units. 2 Banelings will make it to the middle line. And 4 drones do go down here, as maybe a 5th as well, grabbed by a single Zergling at the end. Some more Zerglings trying to run by into the main base, but the Roach is going to shut that down, and a couple more going to get caught as well. So TargA takes a worker lead right now, but he's quite far behind in army. He sees the lair starting up as well, and he's not quite going to be able to grab another drone there. And these two lings need to be a little bit careful, going to move around this right hand side and not really do too much as these roaches and lings just going to sit on this natural. So these couple of lings hiding in the back of the main base right now. Finally Sacsri will move forwards to begin to deal with these. For both players, +1's going to start at a similar time, and there's about halfway done for both players as well. As Rotron is about to finish for TargA. So we're heading to a fairly even game in all honesty. TargA with a few workers advantage. Sacsri with quite a lot of money in the bank, however, and already a few roaches up. Definitely will hold the advantage in terms of army count when he decides to spam out those roaches. So that's one thing TargA has to be a little bit careful of. I mean, if you look at the resources lost, he threw away a lot here early on, and while he did have a worker lead for a little while, it wasn't for a significant amount of time. So to make up 1,000 resources, he's probably not just quite enough there, but he probably will have enough to kind of make enough roaches to just hold on with a defender's advantage. Both players going into a third base now, and it looks as though this game will slow down a little bit here for a few moments. TargA here with this overlord, just going to be moving out onto the map a little bit. A couple of lings here from Sacsri will get surrounded and killed off. These roaches and lings sitting defensively on the high ground here for Sacsri, who is not really going to be looking to get too aggressive just yet, it seems. I mean, roach speed not finished just yet. Is he going to move out? Okay, looks as though he will with his +1 timing. He'll have roach speed finishing up in time so that if he needs to retreat, he will be able to. And a lot of roaches coming through into the middle of the map here. There's a lot of roaches in production for either side. TargA needs to be very careful. He's beginning to move out on the map a little bit himself with a few of his units. And roach count is currently sitting in favour of Sacsri at 23 to 20, but that's not really enough of a difference to outweigh a defender's advantage here, I don't feel. Sacsri starts +2 immediately though, and that's something which TargA will not have started just yet, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. And as he's maybe pressured into kind of just making more roaches here to be able to defend, he might not find the opportunity to stop this duel, though Sacsri, this isn't a good fight for him. These roaches continue to move forwards here, and just taking down a little bit of damage, and TargA actually going to be taking down these rocks, it seems, to clean up the ramp a little bit. So he's going to take this down, and he's going to be able to open up this ramp a little bit, allow him to chase a little bit more easily, allow him to engage down the ramp should he see the opportunity to. And now TargA has a bit of a roach advantage. He's currently sitting at 32 to 23. He hasn't started +2 missile attack, which is the main difference right now. That is where the missing roaches are for Sacsri. As these roaches of TargA coming across the map, is he going to look to try and make something happen here? He's maybe seen an opportunity. He's going to come in, he's going to take down a spine crawler very quickly. Reinforcements will come in very quickly, though, for Sacsri, and that's going to be a big difference here. But TargA right now does seem to have a few more roaches, but Sacsri seems to just be ahead in supply, and it seems as though he might just about be able to turn this around. He does have more army supply. Most of it is in production right now, though, but of course those reinforcements come in so quickly, and TargA is just going to have to turn away from this one. Not a bad trade though, I don't think. He took out a few drones, and again, you know, you can see he's actually been trading a little bit better than he has from earlier in the game. It was a 1,000 mineral resource disadvantage for him previously in that resources lost tab. Now it is 4,300 to 3,475, so he's been trading a little bit better in the last two engagements. So that wasn't all dreadful for him. The main issue is that +2 attack for Sacsri is so far along. Will get contaminated though, compared to TargA's, which is now just going to start catching up a little bit here. So we're talking about what, 129 against... this is going to be 129 against about 80, 85. You know, it's only a 40-second advantage, but 40 seconds is all it takes for the start of a fight to start going the wrong way, basically. As TargA pulling back here with these roaches and just heading towards the middle of the map. He does definitely have the map control here. He's been controlling the map for the last few minutes as he just wanders around and aims to do whatever he can. Contaminate now comes into the +2 of TargA, so the difference is reset, and a 70-second gap now stands between these two upgrades, between these players. Sacsri also investing into the +1 carapace right now as well, so he definitely holds that upgrade advantage, and so TargA really does need to just play as the defender, in all honesty, for the next few moments, and just sit and wait until he can get his own upgrades up there and max out, and just then try and take a better fight and start transitioning as well. I imagine we're going to see at some point in this game a transition, unless Sacsri just comes across the map and ends this on pure roaches. Nothing from either player just yet though, you know, no burrow, no Hydro stand, no infestation pit, no signs of tech switching just yet. As Sacsri does lose an overlord, and that'll supply block him momentarily here, slowing down some further roach production as he moves over to a position where he's going to be able to clean out this fourth base. He just misses those roaches from TargA, escaping over to the left hand side, so they're going to stick around and maybe be a little bit useful to come in towards this third and harass if Sacsri does decide to move across the map. TargA is going to survive the upgrade disadvantage, then he's going to get his +2 upgrades into this game. +1 Carapace will finish for Sacsri though, and that is an advantage, which is still an advantage, but it's nowhere near the same amount of difference as kind of +2 attack and +1 attack is. So these roaches will actually get caught in the end, going to get cut off, and TargA will lose these couple of roaches. Taken as an opportunity to move across the map though. What's the roach numbers looking like? 62 to 66 in favour of Sacsri. He has same number of drones. Okay, TargA has a few more roaches just about to pop out, so very similar armies right now. Sacsri with a slightly larger bank. TargA, probably because he's actually making a ton of smoke rolls here to go above that 200 supply mark. So the banks are actually very, very similar in reality. Sacsri is slightly larger but spent on tunneling claws and burrow here as well. Sacsri needs to be very careful. That wouldn't be a good fight for him straight away here as TargA's thinking about going in. He does have 207 supply against 199. Here we go. This fight is going to begin, and is TargA just about going to have enough? Sacsri moving his roaches forward to be able to get all of them fighting at the same time here. He is starting to win this fight. Reinforcements coming in from both players in that production tab. It looks as though it's going to be very even. I think TargA just might about have enough to hold this off, especially with reinforcements coming in. The supplies overall are very, very even here. And in fact, Sacsri starts to lose this fight in the end. And as he gets chased away, TargA should take a bit of an advantage from this. He's actually struggling in terms of gas right now, which is the only reason he can't actually max out as fast as Sacsri is. And he takes another extractor to be able to start dealing with this. The overseer here giving him a heads up that more roaches are there for Sacsri and that he should turn around and once again assume the defender's position. That +1 Carapace playing a bit of a role then from Sacsri in that fight. And again, let's take a quick peek at resources loss. You can see ever so slightly in favour of Sacsri since the last time we looked at this, again extending by about a 300 resource advantage for him. So very minimal differences here, but now Sacsri has tunneling claws, he has burrow, and that's something which TargA has not been able to take the time or money to invest into. Alongside that Carapace deficit, he's even making lings right now, realising he needs something here just to spend his minerals on. Some roach is going to pop about this third base though, and Sacsri going to use this as a way to pull TargA out of position as he's going to come down here, and TargA needs to get the best fight possible. He does get the better concave here initially, and Sacsri attacks into TargA once again. Is he going to be able to make this happen? TargA has lings heading across the map for a counter attack here, and some roaches burrow, and a very interesting move from Sacsri. That's a good chunk of roaches taken out of this here, and they're actually going to start turning away, and that's not good because they're going to run under an overseer for TargA. So TargA sees these, he's going to pick off every single one of these roaches. These lings over here get cleaned up completely though, they don't achieve anything, and well, these roaches will continue to get taken down, and that's Sacsri losing a couple more roaches right now. TargA cleaning those up, and that was a good fight for TargA, I feel, but he's actually lost a hell of a lot more once again. Wow. I don't know, I feel as though that fight actually went quite well for our Norwegian Zergers. He moves up to this ramp and he's going to try and look for the fourth base. Oh, this isn't the fight he wants to take though. Way too big of a concave there for Sacsri. And that positioning just allows him to get way too many shots off before TargA's in a position where he's able to fight. Contaminate coming down to slow down one of these macro hatches. TargA, of course, on 3 bases against the 4. Can he break through here? Time will be running out as he starts to run out of minerals in his main base. He will start to run out of economy here if he doesn't establish a 4th base of his own. And that is something, of course, Sacsri's already taken. So again, something TargA has to work towards here in the next few moments. He finally starts his own +1 Carapace. And is pulling back with a few more of these roaches. Just going to look to see what he can maybe do. Sacsri on the attack once again, moving forwards here. We're looking to try and see if maybe he can just end it right now. Again, being the aggressor, larger bank to remax from. But TargA's going to have the better position here by far as he comes in. And again, it's these fights that I'm just not too sure if Sacsri should really be taking. Now finally all of Sacsri's roaches are attacking. Oh, big move command there from TargA as he tries to get into a slightly better position. And he dots. He knows that was a big mistake from him. And he knows that may very well have just lost in this fight. You can see right now it's very even. Sacsri dots as well. And I think TargA knows the difference that really did make there. That extra volley is kind of a bunch more roaches dead. It really is the difference between holding this off and not. And because of this, TargA's going to be out of this game. He is counterattacking. He's killed off some more drones up here, but it is eventually cleaned up. And now Sacsri rallying across the map to maybe try and end the game with a 50 supply advantage and maybe keeps, again, mYinsanity's playoff hopes alive. Not just their playoff hopes, but their hopes of a good finish here in the group, which is going to be ever so important to try and finish as high as possible to avoid the better teams from Group B. mYinsanity just going to run around here with these roaches. A couple of Chinchins getting cleaned up, and some Lings going to come along the right hand side and perhaps enter into this base here, but the Spank was in position, targeting the best he can with these counterattacks and continuing to do damage with me. He's doing quite a good job in all honesty. I mean, 3 drones killed, 4. I mean, they're doing something. They're pulling Sacsri back, they're keeping him busy. But at this point, he's just lost too much, and again, just slowly but surely, every fight he's taking, I guess that +1 carapace really has come into play. I mean, the advantage that Sacsri gained from that is just significant enough to slowly trade better throughout the series, and